Hiscock. Mark Smith, if you're anywhere in earshot. Mark Smith, if you can hear me, everybody in the pit caravan would love to see you very urgently. That's Mark Smith. If you're somewhere in earshot, please make your way to the pit caravan.
With a camera on his helmet, number 12, John Bostin, and what a good choice to have somebody showing just what this to make a comeback from those injuries, to come back and race again at what we know is one of his favourite events, really has taken tremendous courage and tremendous reserves of physical recovery for Paul Pinfold. Let's hope he has a good day. Double on the Masters Championship. They'll be looking, I'm sure, to this competition. And up on while the solo's going by, and third man there was Schofield, last year's winner. There goes Will James, runner-up in the World of Grasstrack Championship this year. Václav Velik was also placed in the top 6 of the European Grasstrack Championship in 4th place. Number 11, Franz Kallenbach going by, so it's a big welcome for the man from Bremen who won the European Grasstrack Championship this year. Finished ahead, comfortably ahead of the field in Jaura in Holland. 28 to go by Roman Matousek, another European champion, although some of you may be more familiar with him riding Speedway at Ipswich. And the times with the solos, one of our reserves, the young man who's done so well this year. Marvyn Cox, the Oxford Speedway star, also in there in action. Randy Green from America. Riding Speedway last year with Bradford, has been riding with Sheffield this year. And number 7, Clayton Williams, another former European champion. Clayton won it in 19 commentary duo have of course won this event, and Paul's won it also with Brian Hagon in the chair. He admits to not being fit, but it's a great pleasure to see him out there. Packing the top two crews this year and looking to make that great run that so many have predicted over the last See, we've got splendid Ace of Aces competition on the page 3 girls. Can you manage them all? I'm sure you'll be able to manage some of them, but can you manage the lot? Right, number 12 goes by Steve Smith and John Minton. The crew managed to place himself very well this year, and this must be a sign of the future. So much talent there, and as Jim reminds me, the winner in 1982 and 1984 of the Ace of Aces competition. We don't see them often enough in this country. Nice little wheelie there from number 4, Karl Maier, who's changed his leathers for the day as far as I can see, so that is the world long track champion, 4 times world long track champion. See a picture of him on the back of the programme. And Ian Barkley was across, as I was the salvage sheet, watching Karl Maier go through undefeated to take the 1988 World Championship for long track. 1,000-metre circuit, of course. He's followed by Peter Lloyd and Will James and Paul Fry. Paul Fry taking part in what surely must be the biggest event of his time for him, a young man who does himself winner. James going by just ahead of Paul Fry once again, and Karl Maier has set fastest time. About it, Chris Morton would love to beat Karl Maier on British soil after finishing 3rd in the world long track, and who knows, as the most experienced international of them all goes by, Mike Beaumont, who still showed that back in Tunbridge early on in the year he could beat some of the youngsters and win that qualifier. Andy Smith out in action, who was 3rd in last year Ace of Aces, so Andy Smith can ride on this type of circuit here.
Well, an awful lot of these riders are going today. It's a superbly laid out circuit, and really, I'm going to say Craig George as well. I'm going to stick with the English riders. One man I'll certainly be hoping to see put in a good performance. He's going around there at the moment as number 25, of course, our very own Simon Wigg.
And Simon has just set a time of 21.25 seconds. We've got a determined Simon Wigg, and let's hope he's fully fit. And if so, well, Jim, yet another former European champion, Martin Hagon, goes by. And Martin, of course, in 84 won the European and won the Masters, so he had a tremendous year in 84, and he's been winning nationals ever since, and started off this year, of course, with the Northwich as well.
Oh, I totally apologise there, Tony. My eyes were firmly fixed on the man that held this title last year, and indeed looks so superb on very, very big corners. That, of course, is the man that comes past me at the moment, Stevie Schofield.
A word with Ian Barkley, if you can hear us. More solo practice with Randy Green in action.
break from the racing, which I'm sure a lot of you won't, because the racing promises to be so close all the way through the afternoon. And that's where you can find all the entertainment on the far side of the circuit.
Schofield goes by. Number 21, Clayton, second, the World Long Track. In fact, finished second without taking any points at all from the last race today. Clayton Williams going by. Riders here this afternoon, and we'll tell you about that change a little bit later on. Matousek goes by. Simon Wigg goes by. Then Chris Morton. Then Andy Rice. And then the man I was talking about, Steve Baker, he's fast in Australia. Then number 12 is Hans Nielsen. Thanks so much. Then number 5, Huey Gessner, and he really is a little bit of an unknown quantity to me there on one occasion, so it'll be interesting to see how Huey Gessner copes with this style of track.
For you, I'm sure there's lots and lots of side bets already being laid, but there they are as they come round towards you. Show them you do appreciate them as they make their way back to the pits.
Hello, guest Kelly.
How you getting on, Measor?
Guernsey lot are here. Eh? Guernsey lot are here. Oh, they got Bob?
Yeah. Bob's not here, no, but John Wally, Nicky Gilbert.
Oh, I don't know them.
I
know Bob and Eric.
I suppose Bob's already running up for the other list.
Yeah, he will do that.
I've got the programme. The other thing I want to tell you is Bob will do this year.
So we don't know if they didn't come out.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, God. I will tell you that.
Well, as I mentioned before, the first event we've got is, of course, the barn record. Something we're used to seeing, of course, at the Ace of Aces. And the riders this year, I mentioned earlier, I hope that you would have put them down and guessed who is going in to the top 6. Those top 6 we have had confirmed, and we hope that Graham has been round the pits and got them already with machines, etc. at the pit gate. The 6 from the top are number 17, of course, Chris Morton. Number 25, Simon Wigg.
I'll do it when they go.
Number 4, Karl Maier. Number 3, Andy Smith. Number 20, Martin Hagon. And making up the 6, number 14, Marvyn Cox. I think you'll appreciate that might now...
Sam Ermalenko leading this session of practice. Václav Milik in second place, and John Bostin. No, I'm wrong, it's Alice Dryml, in fact, the other Czech. Interesting to see the Czechs coming to the Ace of Aces, and a great pleasure for us to have these very quick Czechoslovakian riders. Remember, Matousek has competed in 2 World Speedway finals. Last year it's Sam Ermalenko, who himself qualified for the World Long Track.
Saw them on their way.
We'll soon be into the racing action, but of course, ahead of the races, ahead of race 1, barn record attempt, with 6 of the fastest solo competitors in action.
So didn't like to push in, but it's not their motor, it's this track from up the Midlands that's come down here. And Bill Badders, he's always staying with them over there, see?
Sure, the machine is correctly set up. The bottom bit. Remember, it's next time around it's going to be timed. Past the National Hire Centre bus, past the Texaco van, past the beer tent, round the top bend, past the paddock. Here we go. This is tremendously fast rider. Very, very determined. Often thought not to be a tremendously good gaiter, but he's achieved some remarkable results over the years. Beautiful, stylish action, feet up, sliding, tucks it in on the bend, heads down the hill towards us. There goes the checker flag. England Speedway star, a tremendous wheel as he came past us. Won the World Long Track Championship back in 1985. Not the best of luck with it this year, but he'll be in there after it. And remember, he's won the Masters in 82, 83 and 85, and the Ace of Aces in 1981 and 84. Here we go for the time lap. Wiggy on his back, and Wiggy is the way we all think of him. A tremendous performer. Remember, he spent a lot of his weekends on the continent. A little bit of a moment on the bottom bend there. Held on to it. May have lost a fraction of a second there as he slides it round the top bend. Front wheel in the air. It comes off the bend. Quite a tight line here. Comes towards it. Oh, it's the Lattenhammer prepared GM motor. Oh, he's over that. Up the top straight, lays it over, round the top he comes, heads towards us once again, has ridden in the Ace of Aces, remember. So it's Karl going down the back straight, heading round the bends. Hear the power hard on, rides that slide, slips down beautifully this time, goes up the slope, comes round behind the podium. Again, it's a very tight line off the top bend, slides just a little bit wider there. Let's see the time for the World Long Track Championship last year's Aces. And this was the 3rd place man, a tremendous rider, right in Speedway, let's say, with Bellevue. And also a very accomplished track racing man all round. Now then, diminutive figure of Andy Smith. Round the bend, heads for the last lap. This is the lap when he's timed. He eases the motor fractionally. And nice to be able to hear the individual engines as they're working. So then, here comes Andy Smith towards us once again. And it's Andy Smith, Germany, who handles contracts for quite a few British riders, but that's a very smoking motor we've got over there. So then, with the laid down Hagon, laid down God motor in the Hagon frame, off he goes. Oh, Marvyn, as I mentioned earlier, started off his season with a win at the Salisbury Sizzler, and on through the year he's been so close to the top in so many meetings, both in this country and on the continent. Twice times winner of the Masters, motoring down the bank. Nice line off that bottom bend, managed to miss that little lip which has thrown some of the back wheels in the air. Now then, this time the flying lap. Marvyn's been part of that very strong Oxford side in the last few years, and he's had some good outings on the grass tracks, and went into Europe this year with the long track. Didn't have the best of luck, but coming very wide now. Line up to our left. If you look at your programme, you'll find a number in brackets. That, in fact, is their grid position for the start. So right on the inside. And in fact, they're away nice and cleanly early on, and they come down the bank, and Hagon making a good start. So it's Martin Hagon from Steve Schofield with Roland Dano hard on his heels, but it's Hagon who leads. Steve Schofield challenging on and coming up through it. Steve Schofield from Martin Hagon as we look across the far side. Looks like Chris Morton through to third place. So then, Steve Schofield and Martin Hagon, but it's Steve Schofield leading from Martin Hagon with Chris Morton in third. In fourth place, Roman Matousek. So the flying check up into fourth place. Bringing the top now all the way to the rest of the lap. So then it's Steve Schofield, winner of the Masters. Pulling away now, or is he? It's only a length, but he's, I suppose you could say that's pulling away just from Martin Hagon. So Steve Schofield, Martin Hagon, Chris Morton, Roman Matousek. And looks like Patrick Blondie, Alan Blondie rather, in behind him. So then we look across to the far side. Still Steve Schofield, the full Speedway star, leading the moment. Looking to close the gap, but at the moment it's Steve Schofield with it under control. Martin Hagon in second place, Chris Morton in third, Roman Matousek in fourth, in fifth place, number 8, Alan Blondie, doing really well as they go down the back there. Behind him, number 9, Roland Dano this lead. So then, as the checker flag is ready, we look across, and it's Steve Schofield heading for the flag. Steve Schofield, number 1, who wins. Martin Hagon in second place, Chris Morton in third, Roman Matousek in fourth, in fifth place, number 9.
We're ready to go with race 2 of the afternoon.
Trevor Banks on the spare machine, we believe. They're away, they're cleanly away, and they come down the hill towards us. And Milik making a good start, but just past him goes Marvyn Cox. So it's Marvyn Cox and Vaslav Milik in second place. And having a little bit of that got it back together again. It is Brent Kellenbeck in fourth place. And Vaslav Milik looking to close up, and look at Kellenbeck. Look at Franz Kellenbeck coming through that battle there. The leader then is Marvyn Cox ahead of Clayton Williams with a tremendous battle on with Randy Green coming up in the action. Look at that battle for second, third and fourth places. Kellenbeck back to fourth place now, look across the far side. And it's the Brits up in front again. It's Marvyn Cox from Clayton Williams as they come around towards us once again. So, Marvyn Cox, Clayton Williams, number 23, Randy Green in there, ahead of number 11, Frank Kellenbeck. In behind him, number 21, Roscoe. So then, Clayton Williams looks over his shoulders, sees Randy Green, number 23, galloping up behind him. Randy rides his Speedway this year with Sheffield. Meanwhile, on his way goes Marvyn Cox, Oxford, England, still ahead of Clayton Williams, and Randy Green looking to line up on Clayton on the bottom bend. Clayton goes wide, Green closes up, but Clayton turns the power on, is away, and still in second place. Meanwhile then, number 14 it is. Oxford, England, Marvyn Cox as he comes towards us, heads for the checkered flag. Victory then for number 14, Marvyn Cox. Who's going to get second? Clayton Williams is in there. Randy Green in third. In fourth place, Franz Kellenbeck, and behind him, number 21, Klaus Lauch. Stop back behind the line. When they're ready, they call in. They are away. Who's going to make the best of the starts? Flying, that's Sam Ermalenko going well. But it's Simon Wigg as well. It's Simon Wigg from Andrew Smith. So then, we're going to see Simon Wigg really trying to this afternoon. He's been plagued by injuries all year. He's certainly pulled away from Andy Smith at the moment as they come round towards us. And in fact, it's Sam Ermalenko who's coming through. So it's Simon Wigg from Sam Ermalenko. In third place as they pass us, it was Peter Lloyd, but the battle is on there. Paul Fry getting up into contention. Paul Fry looking for second place at Sam Ermalenko. So Paul Fry rides his speedway with Stoke looking up, and Ermalenko fights back. It's a tremendous battle for second, third and fourth places. Meanwhile, the leader, it's Simon Wigg. And he's quite a way ahead now of Sam Ermalenko from Paul Fry, from number 10, Peter Lloyd, and in behind him, number 30, Michael Mack. So then, this is the Simon Wigg of really live away from the opposition. Look at that man for second place. Sam Ermalenko, Paul Fry. That's the order at the moment. Meanwhile, as they go into the last lap, Simon Wigg leads. Sam Ermalenko in second, Paul Fry in third. Peter Lloyd tucked in behind him, and then number 30. Simon Wigg reels his way up the back straight there, lots of power in there. And is Paul Fry challenging again for second place. Let's look at that second place battle because Simon Wigg wins. Who's going to get second? Ermalenko gets there. Sudden Sam gets there. Acknowledges the race he had with Paul.
Well, I'm sure there must be a few anxious faces looking at John Bostin as he comes to the line, because as you can see, Tony, John Bostin is sticking with the camera on his helmet, so a lot to do for John Bostin.
So he is. Hans Nielsen it is who leads. It's Hans Nielsen from Karl Maier as they go into the bottom bend, and what a struggle on there. Hans Nielsen, fourth in the World Long Track, but obviously determined to see off the World Long Track champion today. So it's Hans Nielsen from Karl Maier as they come round the top bend. A truly international flavour to this one. So then, Hans Nielsen from Karl Maier, from Steve Baker, from Will James, from tucked in behind him, Alex Dryml. So then, off the bottom bend, Maier closes up the top leader, but still Hans Nielsen with the advantage. Hans Nielsen leading from Karl Maier. Hans Nielsen, Karl Maier in a third place, still Steve Baker, still Will James behind him, then Alex Dryml, then Mike Beaumont, then John Bostin with the camera, and then number 14. So we'll pick up that last number. It shouldn't be 14, should it? Meanwhile then, it's 19 of course. They come towards us once again. It's still Hans Nielsen from Karl Maier, from Steve Baker, from number 31, Alex Dryml, from Will James, then Mike Beaumont, then John Bostin, and that's maybe him shaking his head a little, and then Andrew Phillips, who had a problem on that last lap. So then we look across to the far side. The leader's coming towards us. It's still Hans Nielsen, and Hans Nielsen is going to get there. It's Hans Nielsen from Karl Maier in second place. In third place, number 24, Steve Baker, then number 31, Alex Dryml, and then Will James. They've ended up with that third, and away you go.
Indeed they have, but look at the man making it from the line. It is the man that we get so used to seeing make excellent starts, Dave Manning and Peter Blank. They go into that first corner for the very first time with the sidecars. Dave Manning and Peter Blank it is, but look at Richard Piggott coming through on the inside. So Richard Piggott it is that's into second place, pursued very, very hard by Rustling there in third. So Rustling, the man that's made the fighting round that first bend, he sits there in third place at the moment, but the battle's all at the front. Dave Manning and Peter Blank we have leading from Richard Piggott and Tony Angelico. Richard Piggott is looking for the outside, but Dave Manning really does look to be on form. Up to the pit corner they go once again. It's still Dave Manning leading from Richard Piggott there in second place. Down the back straight we go with Dave Manning and Peter Blank looking in tremendous form this afternoon. Perhaps they're going to be the challenge for the big two, but we'll have to wait and see. One more lap to go in the first of the sidecars this afternoon. Richard Piggott trying to find every way he can to get round Dave Manning. He's got one more straight, and look at the way he closes coming out of that pit corner. Down the back straight they go once more. One more corner for that challenge to come. Still Dave Manning riding a perfect line on that bottom corner, but again Richard Piggott closing as they come up for the checkered flag. And first on the sidecars this afternoon, Dave Manning takes it from Richard Piggott. Rustling coming through, number 7 Ken Lane, not Eddie Elvis we have. And nice to see him back it is too. Paul Urich riding as passenger for number 7, that is of course Ken Lane. looks as if we have a few anxious crews. Looks as if we're ready to go. The riders come to the line once again, and they all break together as they go down that back straight. A lot of riders bunch together as they go into that first corner. Ken Lane well up there in second spot, I can see, going into the corner. So, up the first straight they come past me. It is Alan and John Blewitt that go past me. Down the back straight we go, and that was a tremendous start from Alan Blewitt. Nice to see Alan Blewitt back on form again. Down into that bottom corner we go. Look at the challenge we've got on our hands as we go up this first straight. Rob Wilson is the man on the inside. Oh, indeed, as we lose an outfit on the far side of the circuit, we'll be able to make such a tremendous start as he made last time. The riders come to the line and away they go for the second time. It is Blewitt that makes the break. So, Alan and John Blewitt it is. They go down that back straight, pursued very hard by Ken Lane and Paul Urich as they go into that first corner. John Hiscock is coming through on the inside. John Hiscock saw the gap and came through up the inside. While indeed a lot of changing of positions coming out of that bend, it means that Ken Lane and Paul Urich get to the front. John Blewitt unfortunately losing out in all the tussles on the bottom corner, but as you can see, to the front we have Ken Lane and Paul Urich. Rob Wilson is the man that's got through into second place. He decided to take a very wide line. It proved beneficial on that first bend. So we have, going into the pit bend for the second time, Ken Lane and Paul Urich with the lead. Rob Wilson and Vince Jones there in second spot. John Hiscock and Steve Bailey there in third, and a great challenge going on for the fourth spot. Into the bottom end we go once more. As the gap is closed by Rob Wilson, we look to the front there and you can see that Rob Wilson is coming through on the inside. Ken Lane goes once again. Up to the top of the field we go once more with Ken Lane and Paul Urich still being pursued by Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. They look a little bit closer this time. Is it going to be a challenge from the bottom? The checker flag being made ready for him, and going into the corner goes Rob Wilson. He's gone very, very wide and didn't see much. Can he hold on to it as they come to the checker flag? It is Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. A tremendous ride from Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. The outfit Crew of the Year award. That would of course be presented by Grasser, voted of course by yourselves, so certainly very popular with the crowds at the moment. I'm talking of course of Steve Dewison and Dave Ward. So who's it going to be? They make the break from the line. Down that back straight they go, and it looks to me to be Roger Measor and Dave Harris that's made a tremendous start. Into that first corner goes Roger Measor and Dave Harris. With Steve Smith on his outside. These two instantly. Steve Smith there in second spot. Mike Baxter goes through in third, and Steve Dewison back in fourth place at the moment. We look to the front, we have Roger Measor and Dave Harris leading it. As they go down the back straight, you can see the gaps are closing. We've got Steve Smith and John Mitten there in second. In third spot, Mike Baxter and Daniel Tully. Challenging on the top in fourth spot is Steve Dewison and Dave Ward. Through to third they go. That's where the action is. There in third spot, you can see we now have Steve Dewison and Dave Ward. On the back wheel already of Steve Smith and John Mitten. But the lead still with the 1987 Ace of Aces champion Roger Measor and Dave Harris. The last lap flag being made ready for them. And Steve Dewison knows he's got a fight on his hands to get around Steve Smith. That he's done going into the pit bend. It is now Steve Dewison and Dave Ward up there in second spot, and the challenge already is coming going down that back straight. Roger Measor, I'm sure, must know he's there by now. One more corner to negotiate. He tries to shut the gap. As he comes out of that bottom corner, has Roger Measor done enough, or has Steve Dewison got it? Well, what a tremendous
win here. See if he can increase his tally of points. A little bit of overexcitement up there, and the instructions to the riders are very clear. They're away now, and we look up to our left. Who has the advantage? And it's Steve Schofield with the advantage. Andrew Phillips on the outside. And Steve Schofield then, who's back in front, very close to me. And Andrew Phillips had a good start on this side, but got caught out by the gang of riders, and now I think he's back to like fifth place. So then we look across to our left, and it's Steve Schofield coming off the top bend flying along, tucked in behind him. Number 30, Nigel de App. Then number 23, Randy Green, the American, really getting to grips with our circuit. So then, we look across the far side. It's full speedway. Steve Schofield, 5'2". From Mitcham in Surrey, really flying along and looking to win the International Ace of Aces again in '88. Tucked in behind him, number 30 it is, Nigel de App, Oxford Speedway, then Randy Green, then coming through Peter Lloyd in close contention. Peter Lloyd, one of those riders you tend to easily overlook because he's always going quickly, he's always about the place, he doesn't seem to win so many of the nationals as he deserves, but he's always very much up there in contention. Meanwhile then, it's Steve Schofield on his way. Second place still Nigel de App, then Randy Green, then Peter Lloyd, then number 24, Steve Baker, then Mike Beaumont, then John Bostin, and an unhappy Andrew Phillips in trouble again. So then on the far side, as the checkered flag is brought out, it's Steve Schofield. The full Speedway star riding superbly. Steve Schofield is who wins. In second place, Nigel de App, then number 23, Randy Green, then Peter Lloyd, then number 24, Steve Baker. They are away. Down the hill towards us, Trevor Banks it is, with Simon Wigg right on his elbow. So it's Simon Wigg from Trevor Banks as they go round the bottom bend, and Simon Wigg is so then. Well, when he said that Simon Wigg was hungry for a win on the British grass track, he's certainly going remarkably well here. Looks like Sam Ermalenko coming up into contention. It's Simon Wigg from number 2, Trevor Banks, then Clayton Williams, and then tucked in behind him it's Paul Fry. Clayton Williams putting the pressure on. And Paul Fry in trouble, sadly, on the far side. Meanwhile, we look to our left for the flying sight of the 1985 World Long Track champion Simon Wigg, leading from Trevor Banks, from Clayton Williams, and then Alex Dryml up into 4th place, and Clayton Williams keeping the pressure on Trevor Banks. Finds the middle over there, there's a little bit of ground, but he's still onto that second place. Meanwhile, it's the lead, it's Simon Wigg, who heads down the bank into the last lap. It's Simon Wigg from Trevor Banks, from Clayton Williams, from Alex Dryml, tucked in behind him, and Mikey de Graaf. And behind him, that looks like Sam Ermalenko, and Sam must have missed the start. He's got a lot of ground to make across. Meanwhile, the leader, it's Simon Wigg of Oxford and England Speedway. He's heading for the checkered flag. Victory then for number 25, Simon Wigg. Second place, Trevor Banks. Third place, Clayton Williams. What a good race there. Fourth place, Alex Dryml. And then I think Hagon and a snack on the far side there, perhaps, if you're lucky enough to be near to the beer tent. But we won't be long, we'll attend to the surface and then we'll be away, and here's another race that's away. It's race 10. Down the hill they come, and it's number 14, Marvyn Cox. So then, Oxford Speedway looking for another winner in race 10. So it's Marvyn Cox then, powering up the bank, we look across to the far side. And we have flags out, they're in line once again, they're away. We're looking for Marvyn Cox, he's down the outside, it's Marvyn Cox doing it again. It's Marvyn Cox on the inside, Will James making a good start. Will James drops back to 3rd place, but look at the map. The outside, look across to the far side, and it's Marvyn Cox who's back in front. So then, Marvyn Cox. Looks like Neville Tatum moving his way up through the field, and it's indeed Neville Tatum in 2nd place, Will James in 3rd, 4th place is Andy Smith, and one or two of the Continentals not happy about things there, a little ways back. So then we look across to the far side, and Marvyn Cox then comes round the top bend. And it's Marvyn Cox, heads towards us, still Neville Tatum having a fine 2nd place, Will James in 3rd, in 4th place Andy Smith, in 5th place number 21, Loud. So then, Marvyn Cox, Oxford Speedway star. Finds a lot of grass, and we're always pleased to see him going superbly, heads the field as we go into the last lap. The battle's on for 2nd place, it's still just about Neville Tatum, but Will James is going after him. Will James, the runner-up in the European Championship, on the inside, drops back to 3rd. These two have a real team on for 2nd place. Meanwhile, on the top end, it's the leader, number 14 it is, Marvyn Cox, who comes off the top end, heads for the checkered flag. Marvyn Cox takes his 2nd win. Neville Tatum in 2nd place, Will James in 3rd, in 4th place it's Klaus Lauch, in 5th place, number 33, Nielsen's withdrawal. That's a nice clean start as far as we can tell, and Maier it is. It's Maier who leads. Hard on his heels, it's Roland Dano, and Roland Dano and Maier. So then, the back straight, there you go. Maier with the advantage at the moment as they come round. It's Frans Kellenbeck in third place. So then, Karl Maier, number 4, comes towards us. Tucked in behind him, it's Roland Dano in second place. And then the battle on between Frans Kellenbeck and Chris Morton. And Chris Morton goes through ahead of Frans Kellenbeck. So it's Morton in third, Kellenbeck in fourth, and Martin Hagon in fifth place at the moment. So then, we look up into the top bend once again. And it's number 4, Karl Maier with the advantage over the opposition as he heads into his second lap. Still it's Roland Dano, hard on his heels, then Chris Morton, then Frans Kellenbeck, and then Martin Hagon. So, Karl Maier then hanging front very close to me. Really lowering off. Jim got really flying. Sorry, GM, this must upset the manufacturers. GM goes really flying. Still tucked in behind him, it's Roland Dano. Chris Morton looking for a way through. Chris Morton, two Bellevue men having a good battle there. Chris Morton who comes through into second place. Roland Dano that's third. Martin Hagon moves up to fourth. Frans Kellenbeck back in fifth. And they come to the line. It's a win for number 4, Karl Maier. In second place, Chris Morton. In third place, Roland Dano. Then Martin Hagon. Then Frans Kellenbeck. Then number 34, Grant Faulkner.
As the crews come to the line for race 12, away they go down the back straight for the first time, looking for Steve Dewison. He appears from the middle of the field. Steve Dewison and Dave Ward it is that go into that first corner, pursued by Wigg on the outside. John Hiscock is up there as well in the middle of the field. But as we go into that pit bend for the first time, it is Steve Dewison and Dave Ward that make the running. Mike Baxter and Danny Tully there in second spot, with Russelling in hot pursuit. Russelling and Chris Skipper it is in third spot. As we see going down the back straight, we lose John Hiscock for a few moments. Already had mechanical problems there, but it seems we've got the speed back on top. To the front we looks once more. We can see the 1988 British Masters champion. That is, of course, Steve Dewison and Dave Ward making the run-in at the moment. Mike Baxter and Danny Tully are the crew in second spot, but look at the gap opening already. Russelling, the man there in third place, trying to close the gap all the time on Mike Baxter. We again see Steve Dewison and Dave Ward go by us. The last lap flag has gone for them. The fight really is for that second spot at the moment. You can see that Russelling is going very, very wide on that top corner to try and get an advantage. Down the back straight he'll go. Of course, he'll be a little bit quicker this time if he's gone wide on the top. But I wonder if that's going to be enough as they go into that bottom bend. The checkered flag is ready for Steve Dewison and Dave Ward. And indeed, Mike Baxter and Danny Tully hanging on to that second place. Followed home in third by Russelling and Chris. So, to the line they go once more, and we wonder who will take race 13. I'm sure a lot of you will be looking at the crew of Roger Measor and Dave Harris. They have, of course, one win under their belt already. A tremendous first ride that was. And indeed, as we look to the start, we can see them get away once again. A flying start from Roger Measor as he powers from the line into that first corner. Already he goes into the first corner in first place. He pursues very hard. Trying to Richard Piggott there. Well, I'm sure Richard Piggott's not having a happy time there as they came past us. The stones were flying off their helmets. In second spot they lie at the moment. That's Richard Piggott and Tony Angelico. Ken Lane and Paul Urich getting themselves into a comfortable third spot at the moment, but up at the front we still have Roger Measor and Dave Harris. Second to them, Richard Piggott and Tony Angelico. Coming through for third, Ken Lane and Paul Urich. And number 11, the newcomer Mike Cookson, a rider we haven't seen too much of from down in Welshpool. Going well at the moment there in fourth place. Down the back straight we go once more as our finishing marshals get the last lap flag ready. We've got still the lead with Roger Measor and Dave Harris. Again, Richard Piggott gets filled in as they come past us. Much closer this time as he goes through on the inside, perhaps on that pit bend. Very, very close for Richard Piggott and Tony Angelico. Will they do it on this last corner? It's a very, very close finish from Roger Measor and Richard Piggott. You can see Piggott is trying to go wide, come through for a fast finishing line. But Roger Measor Tony Angelico. Picking up a third spot there, Ken Lane put in a good performance in the first leg, and also John Halsey. Will Alan Blewitt make a good start? Indeed, as you look across there, you can see that he has. Down the back straight, of course, the riders do catch him going into that bottom corner. It's Rob Wilson on the inside that we can see from here. Rob Wilson, a nice leader. Now goes Rob Wilson on that bottom corner. A lot of sorting out for the other riders to do. John Halsey has made the best of it. John Halsey is the rider that goes into the top bend, making the best of all the mishaps down on the bottom bend. We have Dave Manning there in second spot, Mike Cameron on the outside with Steve Smith on the inside of him. So from the front we've got John Halsey and Dave Free. Look at the riders all together in second spot. Who's going to make the best of it as they come past us? It looks to be Mike Cameron and Paul Randall. Dave Manning and Peter Blank indeed being pushed very, very hard by Steve Smith and John Minton. It looks as if Steve Smith has got the better of Dave Manning as they go down that back straight. We've still got John Halsey and Dave French leading from Mike Cameron and Paul Randall in second spot. Steve Smith still there fighting hard in third place. There's a lot to make up. Again, you can see the helmets tip as they go past me. John Halsey in the finest of positions at the moment. He leads from Mike Cameron, but it gets close once again going down that back straight. Steve Smith and John Minton not really being able to make up the gap, but will there be a last corner challenge from Mike Cameron? Round the outside he tries. The checkered flag is ready. John Halsey shuts the door. John Halsey takes it. That's a tremendous ride from both sidecar crews of John Halsey.
Will Steve Schofield make it 3 in a row? He's in the middle there. He's powering down the hill. It's Steve Schofield with the advantage. It's Will James hard on his heels, and Chris Morton is in there as well. So then it's Steve Schofield from Will James from Chris Morton as they go up the bank. Franz Kallenbeck back in 6th place, but coming through to 5th, and he really charged into that bend. Meanwhile then, it's Steve Schofield from Will James, from Chris Morton, from Peter Lloyd, from Franz Kallenbeck. That was taken by Franz Kallenbeck, so he just decides to do the same back to him, and Franz Kallenbeck drops back several places there on that bottom bend. So then, the leader, Steve Schofield, the Poole Speedway man from Mitcham in Surrey, leads from Chris Morton, the Bellevue Speedway star, and Will James in behind, then Peter Lloyd of Oxford, and then Paul Fry, right with paddock bends once again, and it's still Steve Schofield. He looks over his shoulder, a handsome lead, but it's Chris Morton who's on his heels as they go into the last lap. Still Will James in 3rd, Peter Lloyd 4th, Paul Fry 5th. And we look across to the far side there. The has come through as well. Meanwhile, heading for the checkered flag, it's Steve Schofield who charges down the bank. Steve Schofield wins for the 3rd time. Chris Morton in 2nd place, Will James in 3rd, Peter Lloyd in 4th, then Paul Fry, then Nigel de Hath, then Franz Kallenbeck, and then number 18 rather. They're away and down the bank they come. Who's going to make the best of the start? It's Banks in the middle, but ahead of him it's Neville Tatum, and Neville Tatum made a tremendous start, but can he hang on to it? He does. Neville Tatum, I think, with the advantage, was looking across to the far side there. And tremendous start there from Neville Tatum, but we're going to see a sort out. Are we around the top? I don't know, because Neville's hanging on too. Trevor Banks is hard on his heels. It's Neville Tatum from Trevor Banks, and battling away with this. Steady Sam Ermalenko it is, the Wolverhampton Speedway star. Perhaps in the 2nd place. Making a grab there in the 4th place, behind that struggle for 2nd place. So then, we look across to the far side, and it's Neville Tatum really flying along. He's been riding Speedway with brother Kelvin at Coventry the last few weeks. Trevor Banks in there. Then Sam Ermalenko. And in behind him, Maggie de Graaf, the Dutchman. Hanging on to the field there in the place at the moment. Good to see the Dutch coming across the place in this country. Meanwhile, heading towards us once again, it's Neville Tatum who leads into the last lap. Trevor Banks through the 2nd. Number 22, Sam Ermalenko, now a length or 2 back in 3rd place. In 4th place is number 32, Maggie de Graaf. Now on the far side there, Trevor Banks going to be able to close, and Trevor Banks does. Trevor Banks closes right up on the leader, Neville Tatum. They're together, it's Banks on the inside, Tatum on the outside, but Neville Tatum gets there just ahead of Trevor Banks in second place. In third place, Ermalenko. In fourth place, Heike de Graaf. In fifth place, Mike Beaumont. Sixth place, John Bostin. Behind him, we're expecting Andy Riley to go in this one. Randy Green, Roland Dano, Andy Smith, Roman Matousek, Steve Baker, and Andrew Phillips.
That's right, yeah. See me, I used to do a lot of scrambling and all the centre scrambling. Same, yeah, that's right, same. That's right, yeah.
They're away, they power down the bank towards us. We look for the advantage. It's Roland Dano making the best of the starts. Roland Dano from Sweden with Randy Green there. The American goes to first and gets it, and Roland Dano loses a lot of ground, goes back to third as they go up the hill, but he's sliding back now, looking for second again. Meanwhile, Randy Green then, riding his speedway with Sheffield, leads as they come down the hill. And Roland Dano back in second place, just ahead of number 24, Steve Baker. So the flying Australian really in a tough battle, and the problems on the bottom bend for Randy Green. Randy Green in trouble, and he goes out, and it's Steve Baker now who's challenging for the lead. Steve Baker then looking to come through for that lead, but he's not quite got there, and it's Roland Dano, the Bellevue Aces, who leads. Bellevue Aces, Roland Dano ahead of Steve Baker from Australia. Quite a crash going on between these two. Baker then, Australia, keeping the pressure on, working away, trying to close up on the leader. But it's number 9, it's Roland Dano from Steve Baker. And third place being taken by Roman Matousek. So Roman Matousek then through to third place, the former European Grasstrack champion, 7th in this year's Speedway Championship. 2 World Speedway finals he's ridden in, moving up through. Meanwhile then, we look across. The last flag, the checker flag. And it's number 9 who does it. It's Roland Dano who wins. Steve Baker has to settle for so, only separated by Alex Dryml from the other two. They're away. Now then, who's got the best of the starts? It's Wiggy in the middle, but Karl Maier is now with him. So then, Simon Wigg from Karl Maier as they go round the bottom deck. Karl Maier, lovely wide line around that bend. It's Simon Wigg from Karl Maier as they go up the bank. And they come around towards us once again for the first complete lap. So Simon Wigg then. Karl Maier's come wide and through's come number 14. Marvyn Cox from Martin Hagon. And Karl Maier had a little bit of a moment there, and Alex Dryml got through as well. And Karl Maier has got an awful lot of work to do there. Just when he was really flying, a little bit more on the left off there. Meanwhile then, Simon Wigg comes towards us, leading once again. So it's Simon Wigg from Marvyn Cox, from Martin Hagon, from number 31, Alex Dryml, from Karl Maier, and Karl Maier is really determined to make up for that lap. And he goes past Alex Dryml, almost so Dryml is going back to him. So it's Karl Maier coming through then. Look across to the leader, Oxford in England, Simon Wigg. And he leads comfortably as they go into the last lap from Marvyn Cox, also of Oxford in England. Martin Hagon tucked him behind. Karl Maier's up to 4th. 5th place, number 31, Alex Dryml. Good recovery there from Karl Maier, but can he do anything about the 2 men ahead of him? There's only half a lap to go. It doesn't seem possible. But meanwhile, a tremendous performance from number 25. It's Simon Wigg who wins. Marvyn Cox in second place. Martin Hagon in third. Karl Maier in 4th. In 5th place, number 21.
And you can see they're coming to the line. We look for a very quick start from Mr. Measor perhaps. But it looks as if we've got very anxious throttle handling by the centre of the circuit. Away we go with race 9. Once again, Alan Blewitt makes a tremendous start. Roger Measor is up there in second spot, and John Halsey going into third. Steve Dewison and Dave Ward it is in the moving through. At the moment, going round the outside of John Halsey. But the lead changes. It is with Roger Measor and Dave Harris. Alan Blewitt there in second spot, and Steve Dewison has crept up into third place, going for second. All the way around the outside on the pit bend goes Steve Dewison and Dave Ward. A tremendous Sidecar race we have in prospect with Roger Measor and Dave Harris leading from Steve Dewison and Dave Ward, but things could change on that bottom corner. Steve Dewison has gone to the outside. It's a lot quicker out there. And as he sees the board that tells him 2 laps to go, He takes over the lead from Roger Measor and Dave Harris. Still there in third is Alan Blewitt and John Blewitt. And in fourth, looks like Paul and Lisa Pinfold. But problems for Alan and John Blewitt as they go down the back straight. So, Paul and Lisa Pinfold move up into third spot. And at the front, we still have, with 1 lap to go, Steve Dewison and Dave Ward. Following them in second, Roger Measor and Dave Harris. Looks as if Alan Blewitt can't make up his mind whether he's going to pull out or not. Obviously some sort of problem with the engine, but trying to keep it going to get the points. John Halsey also in problems as he passes us, but we look to see them come for the checkered flag. It is Steve Dewison and Dave Ward. Second to them go Roger Measor and Dave Harris. And in third, Paul Pinfold and Lee. Already they are coming to the line for race 20. Away we go. That looks as if Rustling has made a tremendous start. Mike Baxter also. Mike Baxter's the man that leads into that first bend. Pursued by Rustling, of course, riding number 4 there. Going very wide, Chris Skipper working exceptionally hard on the back of Rustling. So, Mike Baxter it is that leads, but only just from Rustling and Chris Skipper. Mike Cameron's got himself up in the third spot, as you can see. But the lead still with Mike Baxter and Danny Tully as they go down that back straight, pursued once again by Rustling and Chris Skipper. Third place with Mike Cameron, pursued by Gary Jackson, but we wonder if Rustling can get a little bit closer to Mike Baxter. Mike Baxter holding some tremendous lines going into both corners. Really is pulling some very tight lines, Mike Baxter. But look at the speed that Rustling has gained on coming off that top corner. Down the back straight he goes. He looks very quick coming out of that pit bend. It seems to lose a little bit down the bottom here. Chris Skipper again working very hard to try and hold that outfit tight. The last lap flag goes. Mike Baxter and Danny Tully it is that lead from Rustling and Chris Skipper. Mike Cameron and Paul Randall there in third place at the moment, but pursued very hard by Gary Jackson. Again we look to the front, as you can see the gaps have closed from second to third. Mike Baxter going a little bit wide this time, but he does look very quick. He takes the checkered flag. Rustling comes through for second, Mike Cameron goes through for third, and Gary Jackson going through for fourth. They go from the start line. You can see Ken Lane right on the outside has made a fairly good start, but you can see also that Dave Manning is up there with him. Rob Wilson is in the middle of those three. It's Rob Wilson that seems to have got him out of the bottom there you come to see we've got Dave Manning on the inside. It is Rob Wilson in the centre of the circuit. Mike Cookson is the man that's gone up into third, just nosing in front of Ken Lane and Steve Smith. So a tremendous race a little bit further down the field. Steve Smith moving up through in front of Ken Lane. But up at the front, we've got Rob Wilson and Vince Jones going tremendously well. Dave Manning and Peter Banks still there in second place. Third now being fought very hard by number 11, of course, Mike Cookson and Peter Jones, but being pushed very hard by Steve Smith and John Mitten. Over to the back straight we look once more as Rob Wilson really has opened up quite a gap on Dave Manning and Peter Banks. He's very, very close there in third place. One more lap to go for Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. Still Steve Smith trying everything he knows to get past a relatively newcomer there, number 11, Mike Cookson and Peter Jones. One more corner to negotiate, the checkered flag being made ready for Rob Wilson. I think you'll agree with me, it's been a tremendous ride for him and Vince Jones. They take race 21, a tremendous ride from that crew. Coming through in second to them, Dave Manning and Peter Blank.
Marvyn Cox, who's also going well, has had wins this afternoon, 2 wins and a second. So then, that could be the main battle. We'll see. Into the tapes, lights are on, they are away. Who's going to make the best of the starts? We look across, and it's Steve Schofield in the middle, but down the outside, Marvyn Cox going well, and it's Cox with the inside line, but look at Stevie Schofield. Charges right around the outside, it's Stevie Schofield to go, and pulls away now from the opposition. That looked like Clayton Williams, who rode a tremendous bottom bend to take second place. So it's Stevie Schofield from Clayton Williams, from Marvyn Cox, from number 24 Steve Baker, and behind him Heike de Graaf. And Schofield in trouble, and it's Clayton Williams then ahead now. Well, Clayton had to pull out of his earlier outing. He's determined to notch up the points and try and get in the final. Well, Steve Schofield in trouble, but he's got wins so far. And remember, he may still have enough points to get through. I'm sure he will. Clayton Williams, meanwhile, leads from number 14, Marvyn Cox. So, we're looking across to see Stevie is still circulating, so he's going to attempt to finish the race distance. Meanwhile, then, it's Clayton Williams, the 1985 European champion, leading this one, riding number 7 as he frequently does. Lives from Dimmock in Gloucestershire. It's Clayton Williams then, from number 14, Marvyn Cox, from number 24, Steve Baker, from number 32, Heidi de Graaf, and then number 15, Marcel Gerhard. So Clayton Williams then, right out in front now, with a handsome lead following Steve Schofield's problems. But it's Clayton Williams who's going to win. Clayton Williams who wins. Second place to number 14, Marvyn Cox. Third place, Heidi de Graaf comes through, just ahead of Steve Baker. Randy Green, Mike Beaumont, Hans Nielsen, no this time. It'll be Andy Ryan, Trevor Banks, Kiney, Amy Kesluch, Nigel de Ath, and it's Trevor Banks. And Trevor Banks it is from Glasgow. Second place, one figure of Trevor Banks from Folkestone, the man who rides his Speedway with Milton Keynes. Tremendous record on the British grass track scene, the most consistent performer over the last few years. He leads. Coming up in the second place, it's Klaus Lauch coming through. So it's Trevor Banks and Klaus Lauch. And in third place in the contest, Nigel de Ath, the Oxford Speedway man from Mr. Trying to take second place back, but Klaus Lauch is still in there. So it's Trevor Banks and Klaus Lauch and Nigel de Ath looking for the way around the outside. And Trevor Banks looks over his shoulder. So it's Lauch on the inside, de Ath on the outside. And Lauch has still got it. No, he doesn't. De Ath comes through. Lauch comes back to third place. Nigel de Ath in second place. Trevor Banks to the lead. Randy Green in fourth place as we look across to the far side. Looks like Andy Riley behind in fifth. Meanwhile then, Trevor Banks from Nigel de Ath. From number 21, Klaus Lauch. From number 23, Randy Green. From number 35, Andy Riley. Behind him, number 8. Around the top end they come, and it's Trevor Banks who heads this group of riders. Victory then for number 2, Trevor Banks. Second place, Nigel de Ath. In third place, Klaus Lauch. In fourth place, Randy Green. And behind him, Andy Riley. Race 24 on the line. Starter is happy. Being held. I think it looks as though the starting gate may have stuck, or somebody's tyre got in the way and was holding the gate. We're away. And it's Sam Ermalenko charging down the hill, and Andy Smith right there with him, but Sam Ermalenko it was. California rides his Speedway. Look at the challenge coming up through. Is that Roland Dano coming up into contention there? We'll pick them up as they come round towards us, but it's Sam Ermalenko, number 22, with the advantage at the moment. Coming by is Roland Dano indeed, and then Andy Smith, and in fourth place, Roman Matousek. So then, Roland Dano had a tremendous long track here. Shows some man form, comes from Sweden, rides for Bellevue, goes after the Wolverhampton man from the States. Sam Ermalenko it is who leads, Roland Dano in second place, Andy Smith from Bellevue in third, Will James in fourth, fifth place Roman Matousek, and behind him Franz Kallenbach, and then John Bostin. So the helicopter goes one dirt way, the riders go the other, and we look across to the far side to see Sam Ermalenko it is. Heading into the last lap with a comfortable lead over Roland Dano, then Andy Smith, then Will James, then Roman Matousek, then Franz Kallenbach, then John Bostin, and a little way back from the rest of them, number 10 goes wide, Peter Lloyd. Peter has had a problem. So then we look across to our left for the leader, number 22 it is, it's Sam Ermalenko, heads for the flag. Roland Dano in second place, in third place Andy Smith, in fourth place Will James, and then Roman Matousek, just ahead of Franz Kallenbach. 25 that's on the line, and it's race 25 that gets underway. We're looking for the green outfit of number 20. There he goes. It's Simon Wigg, and Karl Maier's right there with him. So it's Wiggy on the inside, Karl Maier on the outside, and Maier challenges, and Maier inches ahead of it. Karl Maier from Simon Wigg, and it's Simon Wigg back in front. They're side by side, and it's Karl Maier on the outside, Simon Wigg on the inside, and it's Karl Maier picks up the front wheel. It's Karl Maier who leads from Simon Wigg in second place, and Martin Hagon in third. And in fourth place it's Neville Tatum, who's having a splendid afternoon. And Wiggy momentarily seemed to get in front and lost it again, because it's Karl Maier from Simon Wigg as they go up the back straight. Still Martin Hagon in third, and we look across to the far side as they come towards us. And this is the form that took the man to the World Long Track final. It's Karl Maier from Simon Wigg, from Martin Hagon, from Neville Tatum, and that is 17 and 31. Chris Morton and Alex Dryml battling away back there. Meanwhile, it's Karl Maier holding off Simon Wigg, and a very, very determined Simon Wigg here this afternoon. One more lap to go, and it's Karl Maier from Simon Wigg. Is Simon Wigg going to keep his unbeaten record? Still in third place is Martin Hagon, but Wiggy closes up on the bend, but Karl Maier is still there, and it's Carly as the German crowd shout. It's Carly Maier then going from Simon Wigg. And this is a qualifying race. What's the final going to be like? Meanwhile then, it's Karl Maier who heads down to the checker flag. Karl Maier is who wins. Simon Wigg in the second place. In third place it's Martin Hagon. In fourth place it's number 17.
Will of course be in a final, but let's turn our attention to race 26. And already we've got race 26 underway. You can see that Roger Measor momentarily missed a start, but he picked up and flew down that back straight. Into the first corner he goes in his commanding first position. Roger Measor and Dave Harrison is the lead. Coming through in second spot after a tremendous start is Rustling and Chris Skipper. John Halsey's up there as well, going through in a third in front of Dave Manning and Peter Blank. John Hiscock desperately trying to get on turns with Dave Manning, indeed passing him as he comes out of that bend. But let's turn our attentions to the front and see Roger Measor and Dave Harris with quite a gap now of Rustling and Chris Skipper. John Halsey and Dave French is the man that's in third spot, trying to close on Rustling. Good scrap going on there in fourth and fifth spot. It looks as if John Hiscock and Steve Bailey have got the best of it at the moment. They hold fifth from Dave Manning and Peter Blank, but let's go from the front. We've got Roger Measor and Dave Harris. In second, still Rustling and Chris Skipper. And there in third is John Halsey and Dave French. And now again we've got a change for that fourth spot. It is very, very close for that fourth and fifth spot. Dave Manning seems to have the best of it at the moment. One more corner to negotiate for Roger Measor and Dave Harris. Looks like being another win for them to make sure of a place in the A final. The checkered flag goes. Dave Measor and Roger Harris from Rustling and Chris. And as the riders come to the line, we look perhaps for a break from Steve Dewison. His starts have been dreadful so far this afternoon. I can see him in the middle of the field there coming through for second place, but that looks to me like Rob Wilson has made the break to the line. So Rob Wilson going tremendously well now this afternoon. Rob Wilson is the lead coming out of that bottom bend, but he's got Steve Dewison in hot pursuit. Mike Cameron is the crew that's got through in the third place, and Len and Ray Foreman up behind them. So to the front we have Rob Wilson and Vince Jones, pursued now by Steve Dewison and Dave Ward. The gap opening up to third place, Mike Cameron and Paul Randall, followed by Len and Ray Foreman. When it gets closer at the front, you can see that Steve Dewison is closing on Rob Wilson. A tremendous ride this from Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. They really have got things together since that disastrous second ride they had. Mechanical problems forcing them to pull out of their second ride, but they've come back in flying form. And as you can see, Steve Dewison really trying with all his expertise to get on turns with Rob Wilson. One more lap to go for Rob Wilson and Vince Jones, but problems for Steve Dewison and Dave Ward. So with both hands aloft as they go round by the pit bend, you can all see great concern for Steve Dewison and Dave Ward. We hope it's something simple. We can only indeed keep our fingers crossed as they can still all see the output is still going. But let's not take it away from Rob Wilson. The checkered flag goes for him. That's a tremendous ride from Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. Mike Cameron and Paul Randall finished second. Leonard Ray Foreman coming through for third. And indeed, Steve Dewison and Dave Ward coming. I'll come back to that as soon as we get this race finished. And indeed, as we get race 28 well underway, all the riders piling into that first bit. Tony Angelico that take it into the pit bend. Mike Baxter getting up there into second spot. Down the back straight we go once again. We've got Richard Piggott leading with Tony Angelico, of course, in the chair from Mike Baxter in second spot at the moment. John Blewitt, the crew up there in third spot, and now Paul Pinfold coming through for fourth. So Paul and Lisa Pinfold moving up through the field in fourth spot at the moment. Quite a gap to make up on Alan and John Blewitt. But up at the front we still have number 9, of course, Richard Piggott and Tony Angelico. And doing that in second place is number 6, Mike Baxter and Danny Tully. Alan and John Blewitt still there in third place, and Paul and Lisa Pinfold having a bit of a fight on their hands with Gary Jackson. Unusual to see Steve Smith right back down there at the back of the field, but I'm sure that's down to mechanical problems. He really has been going well once again this afternoon. And the checkered flag goes for race 28, and it is Richard Piggott and Tony Angelico, followed home by Mike Baxter and Danny Tully. And in third, anxiously looking across the far side to see that we perhaps have one crew not quite in line yet. Steve Smith, I can see, has taken a central gate. Certainly has appeared to be the faster exit from that sidecar start line. Indeed, all 6 outfits come to the line together. Well, as I say that, you can see that somebody's got over anxious. That looked to me like Paul and Lisa Pinfold. Indeed it is. So Paul and Lisa are anxious to get things underway. The rest of the start crew not happy. To the line they come once again. This, you'll remember, is the consolation final for the sidecars. Away they go. Looks like Dave Manning's made a tremendous start down the middle there, but also so has Paul Pinfold. John Hiscock on the outside there in the dark. Paul and Lisa Pinfold it is that are locked there in second place, but right on the outside of them is John Hiscock and Steve Bailey. Closing in on them rapidly is number 15, Mike Cameron and Paul Randall. But the fight is in second and third place at the moment. Still there in second is Paul and Lisa Pinfold, fighting every inch of the way. What an incredible ride this has been for Paul Pinfold this afternoon. John Hiscock doing everything possible to try and get around the outside of Paul Pinfold, but really there doesn't look like there's any way round. It's a long, long way to go to go all the way around the outside of John Hiscock. Again, he's forced to try. All the way around the outside he goes. Paul Pinfold again comes back at him coming out of the bend. One more lap to go. Dave Manning it is that leads. Paul Pinfold and John Hiscock locked together in second and third spot. Mike Cameron still there in fourth. John Halsey and Steve Smith. But up at the front is where the action is. We've got Dave Manning and Peter Blank leading from Paul and Lisa Pinfold. And in third still there John Hiscock and Steve Bailey. The second rank goes for the first of our 4 finals. It's a fine win for Dave Manning and Peter Blank.
And Roman Matousek.
Well, Tony, that's not the sort of lineup I would expect to see as a consolation final, would you not?
Well, what have we got? 1 former European Grasstrack champion. Well, 2 former European Grasstrack champions. Yes, I think it's a little unusual, let's put it that way. So then, that just indicates the quality of the field here this afternoon. So then, we see them. They've drawn for positions on the starting line. Well, we're watching the daylight slip away, and there's obviously a problem up there on the start line, but we're not aware of what it is. Somebody in the wrong slot. Looks like Randy Green is in fact not in the correct position on the start line. So then, that's all settled. They're away. Who's going to have the advantage as they power down the hill towards us? At the middle, it's Clayton Williams. Right alongside him was number 6. Absolutely right, Randy Green's going through. So it's Clayton Williams from Randy Green as we look across to the far side. Looks like Andy Smith, or is it in fact Neville Tatum who's managed to get up at the head of things? And back behind it's Matousek. So then Matousek back in 4th place, and momentarily to 3rd. Andy Smith coming back again, but it's Clayton Williams really powering along, aiming to stay ahead on 2nd place around Randy Green. And Will James must have had a problem on the start line. He just comes past us. Meanwhile then, it's Clayton Williams from Randy Green, from Andy Smith, from Matousek, and then the battle on, coming through there. Hagon de Graaf looking to close in and take 5th place. Meanwhile on the last line, it's still Clayton Williams then, and Will James, who had trouble right on the start line, fell, picked it back up again, got it together, and typical gritty performance from Will, but it's Clayton Williams who leads. It's number 23. Randy Green still in 2nd place. Andy Smith looking for 3rd, but having quite a... Meanwhile, Clayton Williams wheels his way up the back straight, lays it over, powers it past Alan Wales' tent over there with all those super photographs, and it's Clayton Williams who takes it. Clayton Williams, Randy Green in 2nd place, 3rd place Andy Smith, and Matousek and Hagon de Graaf very, very close indeed. We'll wait for
Number 2, Steve Dewison and Dave Ward. Number 6, Mike Baxter and Danny Tully. And number 4, Russell-Ing and Chris Skipper. Number 8, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. And number 9, Richard Piggott and Tony Angelico. So, as I complete the list of 6 runners going in the 1988 Aces final, away they go. And as you can see, Roger Measor has made a tremendous start. That's Russell-Ing up behind him going into that first corner. Steve Dewison is a man moving around the outside. Steve Dewison was wide to him. Steve Dewison going very, very wide, but Roger Measor has come back underneath him. So Roger Measor and Dave Harris lead from Steve Dewison, again going wide, going around that top corner. Measor pulls out all the stops coming out of that pit bend, down into the bottom corner he leads once again. We've seen this so many times before, it's great to see it again. Roger Measor and Dave Harris on the inside, Steve Dewison and Dave Ward on the outside. 2 more laps to go, and those 2 outfits locked together. Russell-Ing, they're up there in 3rd place, so there's quite a gap between him and those front 2 runners. Steve Dewison, who's looked so quick on the top of that circuit, really has powered it on this time going round the pit bend. Steve Dewison it is that's got the lead from Roger Measor there in 2nd spot. 1 more lap to go for the 1988 British Masters champion. He leads the 1988 Aces Sidecar final into the pit bend once again. He's looked so quick on that part of the circuit. Down the back straight he goes. It's Steve Dewison and Dave Ward into the last bend for them in the 1988 Ace of Aces final. Roger Measor and Dave Harris still locked there in 2nd. Russell-Ing and Chris Skipper there in 3rd. And there goes the rocket that we get so used to. The checker flag has been gone for Steve Dewison and Dave Ward. Following them home in sight.
Ermalenko, Karl Maier, Chris Morton, Steve Baker and Steve Schofield. They come into line, the gate goes up, it's a clean start, they power down the hill, there's Martin Hagon in the middle, but it's Trevor Banks who's made the best of the start. It's Trevor Banks and Karl Maier in 3rd place. When we look across on it, Simon Wigg from Trevor Banks. Karl Maier drops back to 4th place. I think that's Chris Morton up into 3rd. They'll come around towards us in a moment or 2. But the leader as they come towards us, it's number 25. It's Simon Wigg from Trevor Banks. And Karl Maier looking for that 3rd spot, but Chris Morton is right there. It's Chris Morton. It's Chris Morton goes through the 2nd. Trevor Banks back to 3rd place. Karl Maier in 4th, but the leader up at the head of things, it's Simon Wigg. Is he going to have that long-expected British victory on the grass track? We haven't seen it for a long time, but it's Simon Wigg who leads. Chris Morton in 2nd place, Trevor Banks in 3rd, Karl Maier in 4th, Steve Schofield up into 5th place, and Marvyn Cox in 6th. So then on the far side, and Chris Morton is letting him get away. Chris Morton piling on the coals, going after the leader, Simon Wigg. But it's Simon Wigg for a length with a length or two's advantage. Chris Morton closing right up on him. It's Chris Morton going for it. It's Wigg on the inside, Morton on the outside. Trevor Banks in third. Morton challenges and Morton is through. It's Chris Morton who's through. Chris Morton then leads from Simon Wigg with Trevor Banks in third, with Karl Maier in fourth. And the Maroons go up on the far side, and the checkered flag is here, and they come towards us. It's Chris Morton who gets there. Simon Wigg in second place, Trevor Banks in third, Hagon just ahead of number 14 Marvyn, and a beautiful wheelie from Sam Ermalenko. Well, my word, Jim, you said, will I be able to hang on to this? Well, what a tremendous final. We start off with the Barn Records Award. The winner of the Barn Record today, Karl and is Andy Smith from Bellevue. And as I've just said, we're going to award the Shell Oils Rider of the Day Award to Karl Maier, the top continental competitor here this afternoon. Karl Maier, ladies and gentlemen. Go on, Karl. You we'd like. He's busy chatting down there. Just a few. Karl, great to see you here. Last time I saw you was at Cecil, and we hope you've enjoyed being with us today.
Yeah, I'm very enjoyed, and I see a lot of people here. I'm very happy. I hope that you see also a good meeting. I congratulations the first place winner, Chris Morton, and the other boys, and I hope I can go come back next season.
We look forward to that. Ladies and gentlemen, Karl Maier.
1988 Ace of Aces Sidecar Tournament was number 4, Rustling and Chris Skipper. And quickly moving on, the second this time. Okay, well we're getting all sorts of instructions from all over the place here. Second this afternoon, again in the Ace of Aces 1988 sidecar competition. You all know who they were, Roger Measor and Dave Harris. That's it, why not? Give them an applause once again. They've gone onto the stage at last. And quickly moving on to the 1988 holders of did I say, the Ace of Aces International Sidecar Trophy. This year, it's going to Steve Dewison and Dave Ward.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering why we're rushing this, hey, hold on, Trevor. competition, Silent Wigg! Put him back. I'm not quite sure what all this is about, but it looks very complicated. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the 1988 International Ace of Aces Grasstrack. Well, well-deserved applause for a tremendous performance. Hello, here goes the bottles. I was hoping we'd miss this bit. Ladies and gentlemen, as we said, we'll talk to them again in a minute or two. This is strictly for the TV, but how about a special cheer for the top three in the solo Ace of Aces this afternoon? Let's hear it from Karl, Pinfold, solo winner, Trevor.
You ain't, because I was watching you.
Yeah, please.
Wigg!
Jolly good. You settled in with you very well, Russell, hasn't he?
Trying on, we just got together in a week and everything's gone right for us. Brilliant.
Nice one it does. Congratulations on a super third place. Can I sneak across to the second place, man? Hi, fellas. Hi, Roger. Hi, Dave. Well, I seized the one. It's been very hard between you and the guys on our sprint today. We've had some tremendous racing between the two of you, and